inspires you guys today? What of today's music inspires you?
Oh, shit. You know, I had a gig recently where I worked for a music company it was like last year, and I had to source all kind of music going on, underground, hip hop, soul, R&B, and I had to do a lot of research and create portfolios of artists that I like. Man, you know what? If you dig, it's out there, man. It's not true, like what people say that the music sucks and all that. The music is insane. I mean, you got some real great juicy stuff out there on all different kind of realms of music. I mean, you know, hip hop wise, I still like, you know, I keep up with cats like Large Professor because he keeps making music. I mean, really, you just check, he's still making amazing music, producing great music, great MC himself. Sean Price, MCs like that, because I like that Wu-Tang vibe, you know, in my music. You know, so I listen, I keep my ear to what's going on in the underground music scene, definitely, and with R&B and soul too, with all genres really like that. House is the one area I haven't totally, but you know what I'm saying? I just know there's good DJs because I would go to the right spots, they're playing amazing stuff, and I'm going crazy and having a great time. So I would say that maybe that's not a real comprehensive list, but I like all that stuff, really. What about you, Pete?
I like it too. Yeah, I do. Now, you know what? I mean, for me, I like anything that makes me move, you know. And I'm gonna say this one more time. I'm not this old cat that's stuck in the 70s. I got a whole bunch of my constituents and people who, from back in the day, as they say, and man, to each their own. I like anything that's fresh and new, because even when I first started, when we first started getting down back in the day, when we first heard Zach, it was hot. But guess who didn't like that music? The generation that was before me. I remember my aunt, who was older than me, of course, she's saying, that's not real music. That music sucks. What are y'all listening to? And I hear the repetitive thing of the generation, my generation now talking about the music today, which I don't understand. Whatever the generation music is today is what it is. Because your music started back then doesn't make your music better than it is now. So I hear it all the time, man, there's no music out right now. They talked about all the music that we were popping to and dancing to. The generation before that said that music wasn't real music, and what they were doing, the Al Greens and all that, was the real music. So don't get caught up in, this whole thing. My thing is anything that's, I put like this, I cannot. Somebody put on some, if I'm at a jam and I hear Flashlight, my mind goes on shutdown. Not because I don't, it's passé for me. I want to hear what's cracking right now. When I hear beats that I'm hearing that I've never heard, that's my inspiration. I get down to whatever it is other than dubstep. Anything that's going on, I'm getting busy. I get my dubstep stay for about 2 or 3 days and I'm done with it. Anyway, dubstep music is nice. I'm sorry.
Yo, one thing too, the DJs, man. I think they play it too safe sometimes. I mean, I could definitely say that at the jams, especially if it's b-boy related, these cats are not coming with it, yo. I hear stuff, I go to Funkmosphere sometimes over on Virgil, and when they do what they do, it's a real good place to be in. And Mark Love was spinning, it was his birthday, and J-Rock was spinning, and the thing is, they were spinning, and they, but I was listening to what they're playing, I'm like, man, why don't they play that at the jams? Yeah. Like, why does it's so hard to find DJs that are really gonna put it down? Like, I keep doing the summit every year, well, I don't do it every year, but whenever I do it, I'm like, damn, the DJs I want, I can't even get a hold of because they live in Germany under a rock or somewhere, those cats dig, they'll play some stuff that'll flip your wig real quick, you know what I'm saying? Because it's an art form to them. They're like, that was the point of DJing. You don't want to play stuff that everybody knows. That's stupid. You don't even want them. That's why they used to take the labels off the records.
Right.
People come, what is that? Check it out. It doesn't say nothing. Exactly. You better go find out, you know? So I just feel like the DJs, it's their duty, man, to get us to move our booty, and part of it is really, you know, really taking it somewhere that maybe everybody doesn't think to take it all the time.
Well, with me, what I do when the DJ take the labels off their record, I just Shazam it. Oh, yeah, I got that now. I got that now. All right, next question.
Is that an event, the perfect world of dance, or is it the world of dance?
Your world, like a dream world where it's like you wake up and, you know, things like today there's a lot more opportunities for dancers, and I think that's a great thing. But what would it be, what's missing? What's the next, what can we teach our kids, what can we teach our children, the young people growing up about the world of dance that could be a contribution in all communities that can bring dance to the next level of just having a great space to be, because sometimes it can get rough, you know?
That's a good question.
I always veer off to the left real hard with questions, but if you want to leave something, you want to do something that's never been done, you know, everybody has a little piece of the puzzle in terms of their contribution that's happened over the different years. I could say that I'm not a originator. I'm not at that era. I haven't originated a style of dance or things like that. But my pieces, I'm a need filler. So I saw a need for something that wasn't happening, that needed to happen, and I did my best to fulfill that need. And that need, thankfully, helped create something stronger that was almost like impenetrable. And that's why I called it the summit, because I wanted it to be like seen as the highest platform. Not that my event was the highest, but that people need to see that we strive, all of us, to be at our highest level at everything all the time, whether it's our minds or our dance styles. And it's not like how the media was saying, oh, this is just some dirty street kids street dancing. Because that's sometimes why I don't like that word. It just bugs me. It's like, I don't feel like it takes it to a level like, oh, street dancers, they're a dime a dozen, they're expendable, you know? So I would say that there is always a need to create a higher platform for something that is prestigious or brings more to the table. And we have to first, before we even obviously create that, is always staying unified. Because if there's not unity in our situation, it's so easy for them to come in the side door and say, well, I'm gonna take this over because they don't have their crap together, man. I'm gonna make crazy movies out of this, make loot, make sure none of it goes back to the real scene, make sure nobody real is in the movies, blah, 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 and history keeps repeating itself. And because we're all too busy dancing, we're all too busy just freeing ourselves to think about the ramifications of what is next or what we can leave the next people, or what are we trying to do with this, you know? I could say with b-boying that part of what we wanted to do is really create something. It's not like we all want autonomy from the street dance label, but sometimes you gotta work in your own backyard because it's too hard to clean everybody's yards. And I think with our backyard, we have a lot of history, we have a lot of documentation, we have a really big scene internationally and worldwide. The unity part, it's a little weird. We don't have a lot of unity because you got promoters that kind of control the scene. And if they're not the type of people that are open, generous people that are really looking out for the good of the scene and not just 30 men and their brand, then it kind of doesn't really work with the whole unity picture, you know what I'm saying? There's movies about this style of dance. They throw this style of dance and everything to make a little bit of money out of it, but nobody that I really know does it can actually really make a real living out of it. So I think part of what we wanted it, my era wanted it to happen for the generation after us. It's not really happening that fast, But it might happen for the younger kids that are like the 10, 11, 12-year-old people that are into it, that are really doing it right now. But it's going to take my generation and the generation after to work together and come to the table and say, look, man, it's not really about you and me. It's about, if we really care about this, we need to make sure that these B-boys and B-girls that are doing this can actually do something with it and have more opportunities, because it should be like that. I truly believe that. So, I mean, that's what I see the next stage of that picture going. As far as the entire street dance scene, it's just so broad. It is so broad. But I always say, you know what? Organize, mobilize, and put action forth around things bigger than just your dance, so that, you know, these next cats under you coming up, like, maybe they can actually be, you know, make that kind of money Cal Barishnikov made or whatever. I mean, I still don't understand why it can't happen, because if they can do that in their style of dance, why still can't we do it in our style of dance? It's just bizarre to me, but there's gotta be, it's gonna happen. But timing is everything, and I guess it's just we haven't hit the right time yet, right? Yeah.
Well, I mean, see, I mean, I've been in this, you know, in this business for 35 years. I mean, I've been popping for 35 years. I got into the Hollywood industry scene 35 years ago. What I'm seeing now, you know, what people really need to do, especially if you get into the business of dance, is know your worth. You stop taking these damn jobs for $2 and you know, and I think what's going on, because it is a hustle and a bustle, and everybody's just trying to get theirs in. I gotta get paid, I gotta pay. Of course, I'm not mad at that. You gotta get your money. But at the same time, you gotta know your worth. You know, I've talked to a lot of dancers, and I say, well, how much do you get paid for that job? Man, I just did it for the love of it. Love don't pay the bills, bro. I don't pay the bills. Love is always gonna be there. I love what I do, but I cannot pay my mortgage when I'm doing the dance business. So you gotta understand, that's what people need to elevate. If you're in this for a career of dance, understand your dance business. Stop, you know, letting other people dictate what you should already know or learn. Learn everything about who you are in the business of the dance. Not just, you know, it's easy, you can go to the club. We all go to the club. We all can dance in the backyard on the corner and do all that. That's the love. But if you're trying to get into the business and elevate that, learn your worth, learn how to manage yourself, learn how to understand money, understand how to brand yourself. Everything that you need to do, what we do, we just wait around and go, you know, and then, hopefully I'll win this contest next week. Another thing is too many damn battles going on. I know people who's promoters and people, every week it's a new battle going on. And people saying, man, we're doing it for the love of the community of dance. Man, you're doing it for the money. The people, promoters, most of them. I'm not saying everybody, but the thing is, it's a lot of things that's going on in this business now that is roadblocking the progression of making it a better day. I just wish everybody just dance, you know, just go to a spot and just get down. Back in the days, like the old, you see the hippies doing it back in the day, free love, oh, just free. That's what we need. Now we don't have that. You know, probably gotta smoke up a bunch of little smoke to get all toe up. But again, for further things on the real, learn your worth in this business of dance. Because if you don't know it, you will accept any. That's what I'm talking about. Right on to the right on. Bless you. That was a sneeze or that was a dog. I don't know what we're doing. All right. So I hope that answers your question. But I just think everyone it needs to. It starts with everyone. That cliche, it starts with you. That it does. It really starts with you. I know what I'm worth, and I don't take no less than that. You know, I'm not a compromiser, because I know who I am in this dance, and I know what I do. So know your worth, and that's where you are. Not trying to be like anyone else. Right on to the right on. Yeah.